Hi guys, my name is Emma and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. And today's video is pretty kind of nerve-wracking but pretty exciting. Today I'm going to be telling basically my story. How I came out, how I've now come to fully accept myself and fully love myself as who I am. So I'm just going to start off with this. I am a part of the LGBTQIA+ community. And I am a lesbian. I am gender fluid, so that falls under the trans umbrella. And yeah, so it feels, even though pretty much everyone in my life knows that I'm gay, it feels good to say that I'm gender fluid. Here. I don't know why. It just feels good to me. So today is just basically me telling my story of how I came out, how I came to terms with being gay, because throughout my life, I had so much internalized homophobia, and since I was raised in such a horrible household and still am being raised in a horrible household, I had a lot of homophobia towards just gay people in general and anybody in the LGBTQIA community, and I was ashamed of that afterwards, but I'm no longer like that. I've grown so much and changed into such a good person, I believe. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna start off with today. So when I was about 12, I had seen a movie. I don't know what movie it was, but it had two women, and they were in a relationship, and they kissed, and they, acted like a normal couple would. And my parents immediately turned it off. They didn't say anything. They just said, "Oh, no, we're not watching this," and they turned it off. And, in the moment, I didn't question it. Because I was brought up in a very, very strict Christian household where being homosexual was wrong, was a sin, you'll be sent to hell. A lot of things were a sin in the household. Homosexuality, cursing, lying, which, is a regular bad thing. But, cursing, homosexuality was just... it was wrong. You were going to hell for it. And so I didn't question it at the time, but for some reason, that scene of those two women just kept replaying in my mind. And a couple days later, I remember me and my mom were cleaning, and I just randomly blurted out, "Mom, I think I might grow up to be gay." And I think I said that because I didn't know that it was like I thought it was just something you chose to do. And so I think that's why I said that. I said, "Mom, I think I'm going to grow up to be gay." Like it was a job or something. And that just makes me laugh because of little me, how naive I was, which is, obviously normal and stuff like that. And, she said, she didn't really say anything. She got very quiet. And so that was kind of the first inkling of, oh, damn, like, I might be gay. But I was so very naive, and I was just like, I didn't really know anything about being gay at the time even. And so then I told my dad that, I don't know, maybe a week later-ish, and he got palm twitchingly mad at me. He was like, "Do you know what that means? Do you know that you're going to hell if you're gay?" All this stuff that, and he would say stuff like, "Do you know what they do in bed? Do you know?" And now that I'm like going back and reviewing how I grew up, like, being gay is not just about sex. Just like being straight and having a relationship then is not just about sex. There's romance, there's friendship, there's a relationship. A relationship does not revolve around sex, even though it can be like an intimacy bonus if you're into that type of thing, because there are asexual people who are gay but have no sexual interest whatsoever. Anyway, and I just felt so ashamed for even thinking that I might grow up to be gay. And so I just pushed the thought so far from my mind. Excuse me. And I would think, I think about a month and a half later, I was just about to turn 13, and I met a girl, and we quickly became best friends, and it was online. I was online at the time, and I still am. And became best friends, and we were best friends for a little over 5 years, and then we had a falling out, and now recently, we hadn't talked for about, I don't know, year and a half-ish, maybe. I don't really remember. And we recently came back in contact and are rebuilding maybe a friendship again. I think that's what that is. And when I met her, we just connected on so many things, mostly, mental illness and stuff like that. We both suffered with, mental illness, mental health issues. And we quickly formed a bond, the best bond I think I've ever experienced. And one day, I don't know how long into our friendship, she knew that I was a Christian. She knew that I was very homophobic. I didn't think I was at the time, but I was. And she knew that. She knew that I didn't support, LGBTQ people. She, or as I would have called it, just gay people at the time. Because I didn't know there was, pansexual and all the different, identities and sexualities back then. So I was very homophobic towards gay people. And she came out to me as bisexual and told me that she had a girlfriend. And the sum of what I told her was, I still love you, but I don't love your sin. So love the sinner, hate the sinner type thing. And, I could hear the pain in her response. I could just see that, not at the time, but looking back at it, I could just feel like, wow, she was really disappointed in the way I responded. And I said, I still support you as a person, but I don't support your actions. And so then, I think about a few months later, I was starting to explore different, I was still 13 at the time. I was in the middle of my 13th year of life. And I started exploring different religions. And I didn't denounce Christianity because I denounced Christianity, but I didn't even say it inside to myself. I didn't even know I had denounced Christianity at the time, but I think I had. But I sure didn't act like it, and I sure didn't tell myself that I did, because, oh my lord, I would have freaked the hell out and thought, oh my god, I'm going to hell, you know what I mean? And so I didn't tell myself I denounced it, but I'm pretty sure I did at the time in my heart. And I met this boy named Justin through this friend, and they had an argument, and then we connected, and he became my boyfriend. And his name was Justin, and we are no longer in contact, thank God. But we dated, and then I met this girl at the time. I don't know what he identifies as now. I'm only referring to him as she, her, because the story will flow easier, but I promise you I am not misgendering. He is whatever he is. I am no longer in contact with him. I don't want to be in contact with him, but I will always respect pronouns. But her at the time. I met her. I'm not going to dead name her or anything. I'm not going to dead name him or anything, but she at the time, we were, really close friends, and we started doing this thing where we would fan fiction / roleplay. I think every teenager has done this. It's whatever, and it was really immature back then. I don't care whoever does it. It's, I did it when I was freaking 16 years old, and I'm 17, so that's embarrassing. But anyway, and so we did that, and it was very sexual. It was very sexual. And I didn't even, I was being such a hypocrite because I wasn't in support of gay people, but yet I was, being super sexual over text, through this fanfiction roleplay thing with this girl at the time, that I was friends with. And so I think I was getting off the bus, get ready to go to school, and I said, hey, I have to get off, I'm about to go to school. And I don't know how we brought this up, but the end of the conversation was she told me, I cannot stand around and watch someone that I am falling in love with be with somebody else. And I realized that not only did she like me, but I liked her, and that freaked me out. I was so scared that I liked a girl. And, and I was confused at the time. I was like, do I really like her, or am I just, falling into the trap? Which is what my parents use. That's the terminology my parents use and stuff like that. And, so I ended the conversation. I didn't say anything. And then that night I went home and I talked to my boyfriend and I said, I think I'm bisexual and I'm going to give her a chance. And the one of the reasons why I said I would give her a chance is she, trigger warning here, she actually threatened to take her life if I continued to stay with Justin. And I realize now that is a super red flag, super toxic trait. I should not have fallen into that. Not because it was a gay relationship, because it was a very toxic one. Or going to be a toxic one. And we dated for about, 2-3 months. And one night, I was talking to my friend, my best friend, and I said, I just feel so guilty doing this. I don't feel like it's right. I don't feel like this is what God has in store for me. I feel like I'm sinning. I am sinning. And I said, I think I'm going to have to break up with her at the time. And, my friend said, I do what you got to do. I knew she didn't like it, but, she said, do what you got to do. So I did. I broke up with her and I broke her heart. And I felt so, after I knew that what I did was wrong, I felt so bad. And I remember going out to my parents and I said, God, I just feel like there's such a huge relief off my shoulders. I just did something and I did something worthy of God, and I feel so great about it. And even saying that just makes me so sad. And so, Beth, I want to say a few weeks later, my best friend came to me and asked me if she could date my most recent ex. And I felt a little weird about it, but I was glad she asked, and I said sure. And a little bit after that, I realized I'm bisexual. And that there is, that I am bisexual, and I can't change that. And then and there, I denounced Christianity in my heart. I didn't say anything, but I denounced Christianity, and I was about 14 years old. And, so I determined that I was bisexual at the time. And, between my best friend and my ex's relationship, which lasted about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, I had 3 relationships. 2 boys and 1 girl. One boy online, he was very toxic, didn't last very long at all, 2 weeks maybe, it was just stupid, and we broke up. And then I was in a relationship with my abusive ex. He was physically, emotionally, mentally abusive towards me, and sexually. And so trigger warning for that. And that was my first in-person relationship. I've never had any other in-person relationship besides him. And that really took the life out of me. And I don't know how long after that, I got into a relationship with a girl online. And the only reason I've never had an in-person relationship with a girl is because of my parents. I couldn't. As soon as they would get suspicious, oh God, I would have been killed. I mean, hopefully not literally, but I would have been hurt. Oh my God. It would have been so bad. And so I got into a relationship with a girl, and I found out about 4 months later, she had used me for a rebound from her ex, and she told me, and we broke up. It's whatever now. I've forgiven her. It's all behind. I don't hold any grudges against her. I was just glad she told me pretty early on. And so then I had determined that I was gay while I was in the relationship with her. I determined that I'm gay. I'm not bisexual. I don't like men. And I had told one of my in-person friends that I was gay, and she told her mom, and her mom told my parents. And for about 2 to 3 hours on end, my parents belittled me, disvalued me, made me feel so ashamed and so small about who I was. And they took away my phone. They took it away for about maybe 5-6 months, as well as I can remember, because I blocked a lot of this out because it was very traumatic for me. And so once I got my phone back, about 5 or 6 months later, I had been secretly communicating with my best friend online through, my parents' tablet, my dad's computer, here and there, just to update her, just to, let her know that I was okay, physically. I was letting her know what's going on and updating her and things like that. And I finally got my phone back, and I told her, and I said, everything's going to be okay now, And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I still believe that my best friend was dating my first girl ex. At the time, girl ex. And I believe she was still dating her because of the timeline. Like I've said, I've blocked a lot of this out. I'm so sorry if I'm getting things wrong, but you get the freaking picture, okay? And, so months down the road, I had decided, you know what? I'm not going to look for a relationship. I'm going to let someone come to me. Because I was a witch at the time, so I'm very intuitive with the universe and things like that, so I was like, I'm going to let the universe bring love to me. Stop searching for love, stop, begging for love. I'm going to let it come to me. So I did. And I met my most recent ex. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't know if she wants to be involved in this. And we had a relationship going on 2 years. 1 year and 9 months, to be exact. And she was my first real true love. And by the way, her pronouns are she, she, and it. And so I'm going to be using those 3. So just so you know, and so, so it makes more sense. So she was my first real true love, and he showed me that I deserved good things, and I know that I do now, and it ended on a very, very negative note, and I moved on. I will no longer be in a relationship with her ever again, but, she really hurt me. T really hurt me, And I'm not going to get into details about it or anything, but it felt like my first real heartbreak, because it was the first person that I ever truly fell in love with. And it was just really, really hard, and it still is. It's still very hard, because she's all I've known for so long. Even though it was online, you can all shit on online all you want, and I will never do online again or long distance again, but I don't know. It didn't turn out the way I hoped. But that's okay. Life doesn't sometimes, and it sucks, but you gotta move on, you gotta heal, and that's what I'm doing. And backtrack to when I was about 16. Shortly after I got my phone back, I just felt the need to come out to my parents and tell them that I was gay. And so I did. I told them that I'm gay and I'm never going to change. I was still identifying as a girl at that time, and I've come out to them since then as gender fluid. They don't like that either, but who gives a shit, because it's me. I don't really care about their acceptance anymore. But, they said, well, you still know you're going to hell, so we can't do anything about it. So whatever. And about about when I was maybe mid 16th year, I denounced Christianity in front of them. So my parents do know that I am no longer a Christian. I do not follow Jesus. I do not follow God, and I don't really plan to. I mean, who knows where life is going to lead me, but I don't really plan to convert to Christianity again. It just does not match with me. And so I'm proud to say today that I am a gay gender fluid witch. Or spiritualist, whatever you want to call it. And I'm very, very proud of who I am. And you know who you are, but I want to thank you for being with me throughout this journey of my life, no matter how long you've been in my life. A year, 5 years, a month. You've most likely seen me grow even in the past month. And I'm still growing. I'm going to grow all my life. I'm never going to be perfect, but I'm always going to learn. I'm always going to grow. And if you're wondering, yes, I am single. This is not a dating advertisement, trust me. But I am single. I do have a love interest. And they do know that I am very much in love with them. You're probably watching this right now, but that's fine. Hi. But I am very much in love with them. But I don't expect anything to come out of it, because I am still waiting for love to come to me. If it does happen, that'll be great, because I do love this person. They deserve the absolute world. But I'm not here to talk about my crush, okay? Just letting you know, they're beautiful. Anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. I know it's pretty concise. It's about 25-minute videos, so I had a lot to soak in and enjoy. Well, like I said, but thank you for everyone who's watching this, who's been on my journey for however long. I want to kind of just say this. You are who you are, and that is beautiful. Love who you want to love. Identify however you want to identify. I support you. I accept you, and I love you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoyed listening to my story about coming out fully as gay and gender fluid. And my Instagram is linked down below. If you want to go give that a follow, that'd be greatly appreciated. Trying to get to 4K at the moment. And my Snap is also there. If you ever want to message me, please feel free to do so. I'm always here for you. Instagram is easier because you can reach me easier because I check my requests almost every day as try to get to as many as I can. And because Snap is I have to add you and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you so much. You're very important and you're so worth it. And yeah, bye guys. Mwah.